Today we're doing a Madden rebuild, but the trick is we're combining the two worst teams in the NFL, the New York Jets and the Las Vegas Raiders. I have a total of 5 years to try to rebuild this team all the way to a Super Bowl. Our skills position is fantastic. We have Brock Bowers at tight end, great running back duo, and Brees Hall and Ashton Genty, and our wide receiver one in Garrett Wilson. But we still don't have a quarterback because right now it's Justin Fields at a 72 overall. Our offensive line is better, I guess, but still not amazing. But the one main thing I'm concerned about is really our defense. Like, they really got no better whatsoever. I think the only good player the Raiders added to this roster was Max Crosby. We're going to start things off in the NFL draft since that's where we actually are in the season. Obviously, since we still need quarterback, we're going to pick our quarterback one and Fernando Mendoza and give it an A- pick. And for the next 5 seasons, we'll be building around him. In the second round, we really still need a wide receiver too. Also could use a left edge to help Max Crosby out a little bit, but I think I'm going to go with a wide receiver in Jordan Tyson. And they give that a B pick. I'm just going to go ahead and sim the rest of the draft. And looking at our draft recap, we had an amazing draft. Fernando Mendoza starting off at a 79 overall, so he's going to be the starting quarterback. We got Avion Terrell in the first round as well, 77, and Jordan Tyson starting off at a 75. Also, we got a linebacker and a defensive tackle, both over 70s overall as well, so they're all probably going to be starting on this team. The 85 overall team with an 87 offense and an 83 defense. This is what our offense looks like. Like I said, we got a true quarterback one now. We got some great talent surrounding him, and even though the defense doesn't look great, it does look a lot better with our 2 rookies starting. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this very first game against the Miami Dolphins. Fernando Mendoza's first pass in the NFL is an absolute dot to Brock Bowers. I honestly thought that was going to be intercepted. And then we just kind of rode Brees Hall on an amazing drive. And then we get Garrett Wilson and got inside the 5-yard line. I'm going to try to get a passing touchdown here for Fernando Mendoza. And Garrett Wilson is open, but he drops the ball. I thought he was going to come on more clutch than that. But he is guarding Adonai Mitchell this time. So I'm just going to throw it up to him, and it is incomplete. Okay, can we please score on 3rd and goal? You know what? I'm just going to hand it to our running back, and we don't get anywhere with there neither. Let's go ahead and go for it on 4th down. I'm going to hand it off to Hall again, and we still don't get there. We have a perfect drive to get all the way inside the 5, and we can't even score from there. Inside the 4th quarter, we are up 14-7 on the Miami Dolphins, but the Dolphins go and score another touchdown to tie game. And can we please go down and end up at least getting a field goal? No, we can't. The Dolphins have the ball, but they can't score anything. We have the ball back with about 17 seconds left, and we got 2 timeouts. Why didn't they call a timeout? I just hurry up and hide the ball. Gonna throw it deep here. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, what a dot, and we get into field goal range with that. Fernando Mendoza is looking amazing in his first game too. We do have a pretty good kicker from the Raiders and AJ Cole. Let's see if he can finish this thing off in the rain. The kick is up, and it is just short. How do you hit it short? I can understand left or right in the rain, but how do you hit it short, bro? We're going into overtime. The offense had the ball first, end up going and scoring a touchdown, but we do the exact same thing, and then the time runs out, so the game ends in a tie. We are 0-1 to begin the season. We're going to go ahead and sim to the mid-season point and see how this team is doing, and maybe make a big trade if I feel like we need to. We're actually at 4-2-1, so that is not bad at all. I'm not saying I am, but if I was to trade for a position, what position would I trade for? Probably would be somebody on the defensive side of the ball, because our defensive tackles are dog water. Lee Collins is on the trade block for the Cleveland Browns, and he's definitely not amazing, but he would be an upgrade. Can we just give him a 4th round pick for him? And yes, we can. Next up, we have a big game versus the Detroit Lions with a record of 4-3. And with about 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, it is tied at 17-17. We get to see if Fernando Mendoza has that clutch gene. It looks like Brees Hall does so far. Bounces off of one tackle, heads it to the outside, and almost at the 50-yard line already. And we do need to run a lot more time off because we don't want to give the Detroit Lions a lot of time to score. So we're on the ball again. And again, and Brees Hall is kind of going off, but now we are on a 3rd and 4 inside the 15-yard line, 1 minute and 8 seconds left. If we pick up this first down, game is pretty much over here, and Brees Hall is open for at least the first down, and it's going to end up being a touchdown with Brees Hall. They have 37 seconds left, but no timeouts. That should be game, and it is. We end up winning this game of 24-17, and that is a big one right there. Honestly, don't think it's a long shot to say that we're going to make it into the playoffs in our first season. End up having a record of 11-5-1. We did get the #1 seed. Is crazy. In our first season, I was not expecting that in a million years. In the second round, we're playing playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Only 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We are down 10-7 right now, but it's only 3 points, so we could definitely come back and end up winning this game. We go down and end up scoring a touchdown, so we're up 14-7 now. Please, can our defense just hold up? And they can. We end up winning this game of 14-10. Fernando Mendoza's rookie season and already going to the AFC Championship game is crazy. In this big game, we're going against the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. Inside the fourth quarter, we are losing once again, but only by 7 points, 17-10. We have the ball going downfield, but don't end up scoring a touchdown. It is punting back and forth going on right now. Driving all the way down in midfield. We only have one more play left. Obviously, I'm going to go to Garrett Wilson, and this to send us to the Super Bowl. It is no good, and we end up losing it 17-10. Don't get me wrong, I would have loved to make it to the Super Bowl in the first year, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad we didn't because we wouldn't have had anything to really build to. A lot of our great players are trying to head into free agency. Obviously, we're going to set up Brock Bowers and a Fashion News fifth-year option. Brees Hall, I would love to negotiate with. I'm not going to pay him a lot of money, though, because he is a running back. I'm going to try 3-year deal, $4.1 million, and this is the exact offer he's wanting. Other than that, though, I don't really think I'm going to keep anybody else. Now it's time for us to sign some new players. Right edge Joey Bosa wants to come here, and he's not amazing because he is getting a little bit older, but he would definitely upgrade our position. Our main thing we're looking for is the defensive tackle position because they are 59-63. John Franklin Myers wants to come here at a 78 overall. We're definitely going to give him a contract. And you know what? Let's sign another one in Tier Tart as well. We did get Franklin Myers and Tart, but we didn't get Bosa. Where do you end up going? The New England Patriots. Really, you choose our division rival to go to instead of us. Heading into the draft now, I have no clue how we got a second round pick. I guess it was a trade from somebody that they made a couple of years ago. And actually, we have a total of 3 first-round picks. I really don't know who to pick here because we don't really have any positions in need. I did say we need another edge player, and Dylan Stewart is right here, so we'll go ahead and draft him on our first pick. It is an A pick, thank God. It's not really a lot of great players that we need. I mean, I guess we can use another wide receiver just in case if the one that we drafted last year doesn't work out, and they give that an A- as well. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I kind of want to trade this last first-round pick that we got to actually try to get a center because I told you guys we needed a center after we lost our last one in free agency. We're going to try to trade it for Drew Dahlman at 85 overall to the Chicago Bears. And perfect. It works out just right. This is what our team looks like heading into the second season. Fernando Mendoza is at 85 overall already. Jordan Tyson is at 81. Yeah, this offense is going to be killer this year. Defense, on the other hand, doesn't look bad, but doesn't look as good. I'm not going to play any games this season. Just going to go ahead and send to the playoffs because I'm pretty sure we'll end up making it. And we do make it in with a record of 10-7. And Mendoza already have a 4,000-yard season, 36 touchdowns with 15 interceptions. Wish we could get that number a little bit lower. Obviously, Brees Hall is going to have 1,000 yards. I would like to see Ashton Jeanty get a little bit more carries because honestly, I forgot that he was on this team. Garrett Wilson had 1,000, Brock Bowers had 896, and Jordan Tyson at 805. And our rookie and Wingo also had 797 yards. Now, to be honest, pretty sure we're going to win this game versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, so we're going ahead and just advance this one. How do we go all the way to the AFC Championship game? We have a better team, and we end up losing the first round. Starting off this third season, we accepted Ashton Jeanty and Armand Menbow's a fifth-year option, and then we did some offensive line work as well. Re-signing Elijah Vera-Tucker, Drew Dahlman, and John Simpson. Heading to free agency, I really wanted to work on our front seven because right now it is absolutely awful. So we signed 3 new players to their front seven. Also want to work on our front seven during the draft as well because I'm just tired of every single offseason having to sign a defensive tackle because I feel like I need to, but honestly, there's no great defensive tackles in this first round available. Let's just sign an edge. I don't really know any of these players, to be honest, so I'm just going to sign the top one, and a Kelvin Smith. The ranking, to be modest, not the best, but I mean, I guess it is better than what we have. Honestly, this year's draft class absolutely sucked because we have a right edge at a 74 overall, a quarterback in the second round. Don't really understand that whatsoever, and then the rest of our players are like a 65 or 64 overall, so I don't see any of those players except for maybe that right edge making a huge impact on our team. Here is our roster heading into the third season. Once again, our offense looks absolutely amazing. Our defense, like I keep saying, on the other hand, is not that great. The 88 overall team with a 93 offense and an 84 defense do making the playoffs with 11-6 record going against the Indianapolis Colts. Fernando Mendoza had another 4,000-yard season, 36 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Brees Hall had another 1,000-yard season. Now, I forgot to trade Ashton Jeanty, bro, and he's going to be heading into free agency next offseason. Wingo had 1,000-yard season. Actually, we had 3 wide receivers having 1,000-yard season, and Garrett Wilson and Jordan Tyson. We have an absolute amazing wide receiver trio right now, but let's go ahead and hop into this first game against the Indianapolis Colts. And we're going to be playing this first draw to see how much this offense has upgraded. And amazing ball to Brock Bowers. Going to roll out to the pocket right. Fernando Mendoza is actually looking pretty good running the ball. Okay, well, that was not good whatsoever. You know what? I'm not even going to play any more of this game. The Colts go down and score another touchdown. We are down 14-3 at halftime. Maybe I should hop back in this game. You know what? We're going to let them play to the third quarter at least. 21-3. How are we losing to the Colts 21-3? Honestly, getting a little bit frustrated because explain to me how we made a AFC Championship game only getting better on our roster and not barely even getting that past the first round. Amazing play by Garrett Wilson, though. We do get a touchdown and we're kind of still in this game, only down by 11 points. Our defense really needs to step up. And the Colts also get a one-play touchdown. I love that we have a lot of really good players on the offense for Fernando Mendoza to go to, but at the same time, I need to trade some of them the way to actually get pieces on our defensive side of the ball because right now it's just uneven. Throw a 50-50 ball to the end zone for Garrett Wilson. It is intercepted, so that's probably going to be game, and yes, it is. We end up losing in the first round again. Now, the question is, who do I want to end up trading? I really don't want to trade Jordan Tyson or Wingo because we literally just drafted him, and they're looking amazing. Ashton Jitsi is still on our roster. Wait, I thought I just franchise tagged him last year. Like I previously said, he's not having any rushes, so he is the prime target for us to trade. The Arizona Cardinals need a running back, and they have two great defensive tackles, 94 overall Peter Woods and a 92 overall Walter Nolan. We'll try to trade for Walter Nolan. You know what? Let's just try to go player for player, see if it ends up happening, and it does. To be honest with you guys, I kind of want to trade Brock Bowers away as well because, yes, he is a great player, but he's not having a lot of production in this offense with our other three wide receivers being amazing. Now, I don't know if they're going to give us all of this. 82 overall left tackle, 85 overall left guard, 90 overall cornerback, and a first and a second round pick. If we get all of this, I'm going to call this trade a W. Oh, we're so close. Just take both the draft picks off and this should go through then. And it does. We get some great players on our team to fill some much needed hole. A 91 overall team with a 95 offense and an 88 defense. And this defense looks a lot better than it's been looking this whole entire video. You guys are probably saying this is too high expectations, but I'm really expecting us to make a Super Bowl this year. Do make the playoffs, but only have a 10-7 record. I don't understand, Madden. How do we have a 90 overall team and only have a 10-7 record? Fernando Mendoza to even have a 4,000 yard season this year, 32 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Breece Hall just did have over 1,000 yards. Wingo and Garrett Wilson had over 1,000, while Jordan Tyson just did have under that. So still an amazing year by our wide receiver. The first one, we're playing a tough team in the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson, and with 6 minutes left in the game, we're down 21-7. If we end up losing the first round again, bro, with this type of team, it's nothing that I can do, really. I guess we combine the curse of the New York Jets and the Las Vegas Raiders also. Try my best to actually mount a comeback, but I really don't think it's going to happen. Thank you, Breece Hall, for getting that first. Fernando Mendoza just barely has over 100 yards. What is going on with him this season? This is probably his worst year of his career so far with the best roster he's had as well. Hey, Garrett Wilson for the touchdown, baby. We're right back in this game, down by 7 points. Now, we worked so hard on this defense this offseason. We really need for them to step up. Look at our front four: Shamar Stewart, Franklin Myers, Walter Nolan, and Max Crosby as well. Crosby, I need you to make a play. He doesn't, but they do go out of bounds. It is 4th down, and they'll have to punt right here. We have 4 minutes to go down and get a touchdown. We have it on a 3rd down now inside the 2-minute warning. I'm going to try to look to Garrett Wilson here. He's kind of open, but he drops the ball. Wait, they call that a first down? They call that a catch? Honestly, it looked like he dropped the ball. Looking at the replay right here, he did drop the ball as soon as he got hit. I'm so surprised they call that a catch. We need to hurry up and snap the ball right here. Snap the ball right here so they won't end up reviewing this. And we do on a run play, headed to the outside. Ooh, he almost got into the end zone right there. Minute left remaining in this game. We're going to run it again. Try to honestly just run all the clock left off because I do not want to give Lamar Jackson any chance to try to go down and score a game-winning touchdown. Under 30 seconds left, I think we can go ahead and score a touchdown right here, but we can't. We're on the 2-yard line on 3rd and goal now. Why did the time run out? Wait, time out. Why did the time run all the way out? We only have 3 seconds left now. This is the last play of our game to keep our season alive, and our one is kind of open, but he drops it. No, I wasted so much time. I don't understand why the time went so far down, though. And we ended up losing this game of 21-14. I feel so stupid. The worst thing is that was our tight end, so it would have been Brock Bowers as well. And for the 3rd straight year, we lose in the first round again. Well, the good thing is we still have 1 more season, but we have to lock in. Like, lock in. I honestly just hoping and praying that it's not a lot of great players heading to free agency. Dylan Stewart, Walter Nolan, Maxwell Harrison, Amon Bimbao, Ryan Wingo, Jordan Tyson. Literally all of our great players are heading in free agency right now. We only re-signed Dylan Stewart, Walter Nolan, Maxwell Harrison, accepted Ryan Wingo's 5th-year option, and that's pretty much it. We let all of these other guys walk to free agency. The roster is back to looking like a dumpster fire. I mean, we don't have a running back. Our starting center is at 69, but even worse is our defense. Like, look, where did Max Crosby go? He's not even on the roster anymore. We literally, it's just no reason for me to try to even build, because we legit can't sign enough players to end up trying to go into a Super Bowl. We didn't sign anybody great in free agency. This is another center, a couple of defensive players to make sure that our roster wasn't like god off. So our team for our final year of this rebuild is at 84 overall with an 88 offense and 81 defense. So those overalls say that our team isn't bad. It's just that I highly doubt that we're going to make it to the Super Bowl if we didn't make it with the team that we have last year. And talking about Super Bowl, I'm just going to go ahead and send to the big game, because if we have anything less than that, this video is straight up a fail. We did not make it to the Super Bowl, with it being the Bears and Bills. Honestly, we didn't even make the playoffs neither. We went 7-10 for our record. So this video was all up and down, but overall it was a fail because we didn't end up winning the Super Bowl. But thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll check you guys out next time. Peace.